Hello, I'm Stephen Monkey Mason, and welcome finally to my podcast for John Carpenter's The Thing. I'm going to press play now. Right, okay, right. I know there's a lot of fans out there, and I don't really want to start any arguments with anybody. I'm doing this podcast eventually. I've been putting off doing this podcast for over a year, as we get the white font with a black background, which now know that obviously they had to put in there because contractual is a new word for Stephen. Okay, so basically I love this film a bit. It scared the shit out of us when I was a kid. I have over 40 different versions of it from covers. It keeps bloody changing. Big collector of film and memorabilia. Again, I know there's a lot of die-hard fans out there, so I decided not to have Paul and Carl on this podcast so you can share my love for the film. This is always one of my go-to movies when I've had a few beers and just put it on. I love the isolation, I love the cold. My first really experience of it was my cousin Brian, who was always into horrors and was allowed to watch these horrors as a kid. And obviously Brian's dad Peter was a massive fan of sci-fi. He even gave me the Space Vixen model when he moved back down to Shetland. And I guess that maybe they thought they were watching The Thing. And it had to be like The Thing from Another World, but it was actually The Thing. Again, the documentaries and stuff. When Arrow got it, I was really surprised, but not surprised now that Arrow's really doing a lot of Universal stuff. So, here comes the spaceship. You know, which when I watched the making of the original one on DVD, and it comes along as a DVD flying across the screen, I was going, oh. Well, again, it was quite an early DVD release as well, The Thing. Now, obviously based off the original, the fish tank and the garbage bag and a lighter and a backlight and a bit of smoke, and it's fucking movie magic for you. John Carpenter's The Thing. See, Predator was started very similar years later, just the spaceship flying by, which John McTiernan doesn't even fucking remember. When you listen to his commentary, he's just like, I don't remember this bit of the movie. So yeah, I've spent the last week trying to absorb as much into this as my personal thing. I've watched it. I've listened to the commentary, I've listened to the guest commentary tracks as well. I've watched all the little mini makings of. There's some absolutely fantastic content on the Arrow release. This shot's far shaky. This is so unorthodox of John Carpenter. You know, Dean Cundy, obviously amazing photographer as well, but this is just so weird. So yeah, I was probably conceived around the time this movie came out. I was born in April the following year. After I'd been quit smoking for a year, I literally had a pot. It was one of my things. I had a pot, put my money in. I went cold turkey, and after a year, I actually commissioned, and got a glass. And you can see it in all my videos on Lonely Tree Entertainment. It's the focal point of my editing room. The camera mounted on the fucking helicopter, man, just fucking class. Which people have been stealing. But yeah, spent loads of money on a glass print. It was about £130, and it glows in neon colours. So, going to get your hands on the good old fashioned Jewish extrusion. I've got a original, not original, but I want a reprint poster rolled up, but the glass just banging off the light. So anyway, it's all about the movie. Again, I've got a lot of love for the film. There's Larry Franco hanging out the aeroplane. And there's the fucking Jed the dog. I used to have a husky called Zealand, and sometimes he would creep the fuck out of me. You just stand in the hallway and you would just see him sitting staring at you but yeah, Jed the dog is borderline wolf as well, and this is up in British Columbia, the Arctic Circle. So I've took a lot in. You got the score there, bum 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 bum, 9. Pff. That's German, not Norwegian, right? But again, as an introduction of the movie, you're just right, dog flying along, and then helicopter shooting at the dog, but it's covered amazingly. You've got all these new angles that normally would have seen back then, and when you listen to John Carpenter and Kurt Russell talking about their commentary, they just got a love and fascination for helicopters, because both of them can fly. So you get a lot of fun to turn, fun to bolt. John Carpenter's on about funded turns and all this kind of thing. I've actually got to film John Carpenter about 2 years ago now, which was amazing. All the way down in Manchester, me and Mitch went down for it. The music of John Carpenter is just absolutely amazing. Big fan of that. But this is it's Antonio. I can never say his name right. It'll come to us. My soundtrack by Waxworks came 2 days ago and I got a customs charge. So I was like, fuck you, Royal Mail. My friend Hurricane Rain got his last Wednesday, didn't get a customs charge. I was just like, Chessmaster. So I'm going to get it on Thursday. Brittany's going to bring it up for us. Hasn't got here yet, so... rumours are that obviously a lot of the Q music, Immortal, I can never see his fucking name. Indo, Mochina, fucking hell, I'm just gonna give up. Lost Q's and stuff was using Hateful Eight, but again, that's probably rumours and stuff like that, or it might be, I don't know. Fucking good old trying to beat a fucking computer at chess. So, obviously, Who Goes There is the original story. The original movie took about 25% of that and made it into a Frankenstein creature. I've done loads of videos about this, unboxings every time I find some of the Thing, talk about the Thing, I've ranted about the Thing. And I've just really been putting it off because I know there's a lot of fans out there and my commentaries get a lot of love, but then they also get a lot of hate, and I'm not here to piss anyone off. You know what I mean? I'm here to show my love for the fucking movie. I almost, well, to be honest with you, I talked to Todd, it'll be about 2 years ago now. I talked to Todd, and the whole 2022 trip they're planning to go back up there for the 40th anniversary. Like Todd was like, yeah, come along, and I was at the same time trying to work out how I was going to get back to New Zealand, and anyone's following my channel, it took us nearly 2.5 years to get sorted out to go back to New Zealand just to get the time off and then, you know, save some money and stuff like that for travelling. And I didn't realise it was still, I thought it'd been and gone, to be honest with you. It wasn't until I've revisited all the extra content on this Arrow disc, because I mean, I've been falling asleep for the last week, listening to commentaries, the making of, and just having the film on. I've woke up nearly every morning to boom, 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 boom. the Arrow Blu-ray just keeps on playing and playing and playing. I think the Arrow edition looks good. I've unfortunately never seen it on the big screen. I missed it on an anniversary, which was really poorly advertised by the cinema, which I was a bit gutted about. Like, but this dog's had some fucking run to do. Like, tell you what, them fucking dogs have got. I think he ducks eating. Is he not here when he ducks? He ducks in a minute. Oh, that's right. The grenade couldn't go off underneath the helicopter. I'm husky. Look at that. You don't even realise there's a ledge there, like, until they pointed it out on the commentary the other day. But yeah, they had 6 months to build this set. Built it, and then you waited for it to get proper snowed in, so it's so authentic. John Carpenter says it's just a luxury to have a full year working on the movie. You know what I mean? Rather than being fast tracked out. So yeah, catching up with the dog. Dog runs to, hello, more grenades. Now, I don't know if it's Larry Franco. That might be Larry Franco. Oh, that might be Larry Franco trying to... It's confusing between them two people there about who's who. Yeah, it's fucking flying. But a lot of there's a Todd and Steve. They've all been up there to find bits of the aeroplane. I think one of the lads, he might even live in Manchester, man, but he smuggling fucking airplane bits back. It's just so isolated up there where they're filming. A little bit, obviously, this was filmed up there, but then all the inner locations are filmed at Universal as well. I mean, look at that fucking, that double glassed. I love it how he just shots in the eye and just falls down, just totally like fucking rocket shot with his pop gun. He's dead. Oh, death twitch. The fact that he smashed that glass out, like, you know what I mean, it's cold and all that. Last thing you want to do is have flimsy glass around. So yeah, this movie's a lot of paranoia. Again, about upsetting people about who's who and what's what, especially with the ending. I'm just gonna say it how it is. I think looking back at this movie, it just looks amazing. Ensemble cast. It's one of those movies where Kurt Russell's in it, but you don't. It's not like Kurt Russell, you know. It's like, I really like the ensembleness of it. I am going to do the prequel. Probably with my next solo podcast and just get the two done and dust it and get them out. I am mastering a podcast in the background if you hear any PC humming, but it's part of that. That's all I'm doing tonight. Real fire to put out. Now there's Richard Mercer, who obviously a lot of people know from the guy Stanley in It. I recently did a podcast, Encino Man, also known as California Man in the UK. He's the dad in that, and he's also Corey Haim's dad in License to Drive. Always has a beard. Big ensemble cast. There's a lot of cast there. But yeah, they all rehearsed it, like dramatic play and stuff like that, and all of them seem to be like, a lot of them at the moment seem to be doing the tour cons, and I was hoping that, you know, was stuff like HorrorCon and For the Love of Horror or For the Love of Sci-Fi, depending on where you would put this. You know, the fact that they could get all the cast over, that would just be, I would be there. Brim Bailey, A.W. Bailey, or whatever you say. Oh, it's not A.W. Bailey, that's fucking Harris from Police Academy. Wilford, that's his name. Obviously, he just plays Van Damme's uncle in Hard Target. He's been in loads, but he doesn't look like his fucking age between the two movies. This guy here is obviously in Warriors as well. Delivers like Rich Dreyfuss. TJ Carter, I'm not going to forget his name, because at the end of the day, I've got a proper love for a movie called Ski Patrol. It's from the creators of Police Academy. It's seen the light of day on Netflix very briefly. I own the VHS still. And he plays Iceman in that. And he's just fucking class, look at him. But yeah, I like how the idea that everyone's down there for a reason. It's meant to be science. But it doesn't really go into that. I mean, TJ is obviously the cook. Windows is obviously telecommunications. Pop Gun guy is obviously the commander. But everyone, like, you know, you've got the doc, but everyone else doesn't. You know, this. I mean, Mercury is the flyer, but I don't see what they're researching. Heatwave. That's quite a fucking subtle touch to a pinball machine. And again, the set designs just amazing. Obviously this was a big step away from John Carpenter's low budget films. I mean, what a genius the guy was. The student film to get extended to be put in the pictures. His original short Academy Awards. You know, and he finally gets a big picture. And again, going back to 82, I mean, there's a brilliant documentary on the Arrow release about the films of 82, and you see the films that came out that year, and it's just like, fuck me. And like, obviously this was deemed a flop. Fade to White, very well used that. You know what I mean? Just using the fade to white class, it's always traditionally black. But Blade Runner, flop. You know, these films are flops, and this is like the heyday for VHS. The rise of VHS at this point was Discovery. You know, films got fast tracked in maybe television back in the day, but like VHS was on the rise, and people had time to like give something to watch. You know. And again, it's now a cult classic, but obviously Carpenter got hammered after it. You know, gore porn, like he was getting loads of grief for just like the goriness of it. And looking back now, and you look at this film, and it's just fucking brilliant. The score, the acting, Rob Bottin's special effects are almost like the Bible. You know, like the benchmark of what can be done with a mind, and just again giving people the opportunity to do stuff and not fast track stuff. You know what I mean? Let stuff take its natural form. I mean, the cast got to rehearse, and they got to find out, you know, like in a group of circle of the characters, who's going to like who, and start playing about like the paranoia and stuff like that. So obviously we follow these guys over to the Norwegian camp, which obviously we don't know this yet, but like 30 years later we do. That we obviously get a prequel, so we know what's happened now over there, but that's when Kurt Russell's flying. But obviously at this point here, we've got to presume that some of the cast now start to get taken over. Again, no, just the shots. I mean, I was lying the other night just watching this, no commentaries or anything, and just taking it in, like the film and stuff. Especially everyone being in lockdown. I mean, I've been filming bits and bobs, but mainly at the moment I've been filming my own show, which I filmed in New Zealand. And you come back here and you see the cinematography of this, and you just want to get out there and just like fucking get something filmed. Like, fuck me, that music's loud coming in there. I'm gonna talk really loud as he's gonna put it down. He's got a blaster. Boosh. Film's been really quiet until fucking that started going down. There you go. Again, this shot's really cool. Again, it's all just a set. Just again, point of view, is this a point of the creature? It's obviously not the point of the dog unless it's walking on its hind legs. I mean, it probably could do that. I mean, it isn't. Again, that's what Rob Bottin brought into it. Like, it could be anything. Rather than obviously get branded as a Frankenstein monster. Now, this is terrifying. This head turn right there, I find it terrifying. But this entire shot of this dog is absolutely amazing. Pause, stops, turns, doesn't even deadpan the camera once, walks up. I mean, this now would be CGI if they couldn't get it right. And then the shadow on the wall. It's got to be Charles Hallahan. It's got to be. It's just the hair. He doesn't have the tash. I mean, windows, have all got beards. I mean, it's not Palmer, but Palmer's too thin. But you don't know. Do you know either thing? So yeah, it's got to be Hallahan. Again, look at this fucking scope of that though. Just fucking class. Now it's a different helicopter. I took that bit in. Just obviously they went for the shot over fact. I'm really looking forward to the score. Hearing it through. I'll get it on air Thursday. Now this is just the set that we've just seen. Obviously burnt out, blown up at the end. Dressed to look differently, and this is where people have been going to, and you know, and like finding bits and bobs and bringing it back and scavenger hunt. So that's why I was tempted to go. I mean, I went scavenger hunting around the Wicker Man, and I managed to find bits of the Wicker Man's feet. And honest to God, I mean, literally like just went into the wilderness of Scotland for it to be. So searching for Wicker Man on my YouTube channel if you want to see me how I eventually find some of the Wicker Man. It's actually fucking class, like. So, is anyone there? Just checking. Obviously this is the set for the Norwegian camp. And I enjoyed the fact that they looked at this and went, right, you know, analysed the fuck out of this and went, right, this needs to happen because it happened. Like, you're looking at the aftermath, especially coming up here is the axe scene, obviously with a fucking creepy ass fucking hand. But I guess, yeah, these are all sets. They worked on the humidity a lot to make sure they had the breath. Because obviously now it's all CGI breath, but that's what you got to do to be in the movie, like. So there's the axe. Obviously just coming a year or so after Shining. Fucking creepy as shit. And obviously cause concern at the moment because as you get to see Rob Bottin's first creature feature, which is a suicide guy who, I think again if I watch the prequel I'll probably be guessing all the way at the end because it's at the end he kills himself, the suicide. Again, Carpenter was concerned, and obviously I think is it the practical effects guy was shocked that you could get that much KY jelly in tubs. Obviously the guy, there he is. Obviously there was concerns of what this creature would look like, and it's just got to be lighting, you know what I mean, bouncing lights, highlights of lights, fucking KY jelly everywhere, getting it fucking creeped out. Shine a light in his face. Again, I remember watching this with Brian. Brian used to have bunk beds, which never made any sense to me as a kid because Brian was an only child like me before Sam and Cam came along years later. But just sitting there, staying over, like watching it on this fucking screen and just fucking always be like a jump scare or like certain like what happened here, like fade to an advert. I mean, obviously the discussion that he was in Vietnam, the idea of trying to carry a Bray Wyatt lantern around holding a shotgun like that, it's kind of like, what, like you're gonna have to sacrifice that lamp if you need to reload quickly, aren't you? Let's fucking just do the whole fucking Van Damme hard target fucking action John Woo shot. Scratching for the papers here. But yeah, it was always cool. Let's say that obviously the Thing from Another World appeared in Halloween, so like it's almost like John Carpenter was like, you know, he's very inspired by the original, scared shitless by the original, especially the Geiger meter he talks about, and the door, just as you like what's on the other side of the door, and it's like there. But obviously, is it Campbell's original story? Who Goes There had it was all about the psyche of mind of people, and out of all the things in the world, like the human race is the most dangerous thing. You put all these people in isolation like this, and it's survival. It's just. So yep, here comes the big ice block. Oh no! Now I would really like to see the Thing video game get a reissue. I think it needs to be done. Remember playing that game and it's hard as fuck, but it's so rewarding. And I'm sure you get to go here. Just remember the first, you're trying to make everyone your friend and stuff, and then you end up at the fucking Russian camp. And I fucking end up with a fucking RPG, fucking shooter at the end of it. Again, the score, very, is he the same guy as Alien? I want to say yes, but I might be wrong. Let's have a look. It's just there's so many elements of Alien. Just that sinister fucking. Oh, there we go. There's the creature. It's fucking weird that how Carnival Row got the thing right. There's a trailer at the top. So John Carpenter. Original music by Enzo Morricone. What you known for, you? Hateful Eight, Untouchables, the best of the blood. Oh, what fucking! If it was Alien, it would have been there. Hateful Eight. Stop showing me Hateful Eight. Fucking hell! Composer, 521 credits. Jesus. Fucking hell. So, returns. Jesus Christ. Jackass, the TV series. Excuse me. Soundtrack. Well, saying that it's soundtrack. Should have really went to composer, shouldn't I? Just very similar. Right, so okay. Got the KY jelly on the go. I'm just going to lean back in this chair. So yeah, this wasn't an acting contest by the documentary I watched, because apparently it smelled that bad. I mean, again, Rob Bottin came in with just creature feature effects like that. Just the melanin of two faces. Obviously, I think in the prequel as well, to like again use that as like one of the main fucking crazy creatures, but then it goes all a bit weird in the spaceship and shit. But again, we'll talk about that in the other one. But here, not knowing what it is, that's enough. Like, what the fuck is that? Again, the two faces has been used on the original Universal Steelbook. So the covers wise, obviously the original cover is like John Carpenter always makes the says he didn't want a man in a suit, but drew the whole, you know, man with like the exploding face. And like even if you see some of the later editions of that front cover, especially if it's silver, if you ever get to see the silver one, with the cover, and the face, if you tilt it to the light, that double face is actually hidden. And like I always call it the exploding Eskimo face, but obviously it's just the fucking light coming out. There's the dog creeping fucking everyone out. So yeah, they've used that a couple of times, but they only really used it on the Steelbook, which is one of them landscape ones. And on the back, it's like it's a really poor Steelbook, to be honest with you, because on the back, it's like half the exploding Eskimo face and then fucking blank. It's just a very crappy little cover. Obviously Arrow went for newly commissioned stuff. They kept the Juice Druzin for the Steelbook, and obviously they went for the Eskimo head, but inside the new Arrow thing of the crack, you know, which away from the special edition, you get the crack in the ice leading up to the cover. So the cover's changed loads, absolutely loads. Look at that, man. Obviously there, again, the actors obviously used to skinning deers. Again, it's just filled up with real fucking meat and all that, but I think we get autopsies, but nothing like this. I think it's just, again, it's the effect. It's like, fucking creepy ass eye in that. Like, hiya. Fucking snowplow out there. Again, no, it's just one of them little things. Does something happen to somebody when they're out there? You know what I mean? Do you know? Do you know what I mean? Do you know? No. I know how this one there is a fucking joint. I'm just saying that his character's been in rehab, like, but the fact that he's like, obviously everyone's just like, yeah, you got your plant growing there. I love it how, like, Keith David's just like, right, give us that. He hasn't even lit it yet. But again, they've got it all set up. Again, oh, look at this. You've got a pool table, you've got cards, you've got people hanging out. I mean, they've got a bar, but I'm sure beer consumption would be a cause for concern in that kind of environment, though. Everyone getting shit-faced every night. So he isn't a thing yet. Richard Mercer never is, but you think he is, but he's not. But who was out in the snowplow? Questions. Again, Jed the dog. Just fucking amazing. The spookness of it. And obviously here it sits down and then it cuts to the animatronic. And it sits down and doop. Real dog. Chip Mercer. Real dog. Fake dog. Really good. And then this is where it all starts. Now at this point, obviously back in the 80s, you see a poster. I mean, a lot of people are thinking, oh yeah, can I go and see that Alien movie? Yeah, I think they're going to see E.T. and they're going to fucking see this. But, you know, there was no spoilers back then. There was no, like, trailers. You only really seen a trailer, especially an R-rated trailer, on a fucking, well, not even a home VHS at the pictures. You know what I mean? Fucking, I mean, at what point you're like, what the fuck? Fucking whole face explodes, fucking skull falls out, there's a fucking massive tongue. This dog starts fucking ripping through barbed wire. Now this is Stan Wilson is the dog in a minute. So I'm guessing this is still Rob Bottin at the moment. But again, it's so humble when Stan Wilson's interviewed, how he's just like, no, this is Rob Bottin's movie. You know what I mean? And like they're all in it. It's not like fighting for fucking like credits and all that. It's, you know what I mean? That's really cool. I mean, what the fuck is that? But like, Jesus Christ, it's fucking spraying the dog with fucking fucking spraying that like. The Mercer's come back in. And what's up? So I don't know if it's drilling, mining, researching. It's, I mean, obviously he's the dog handler, so of course the lights are fucking broken, aren't they? Big jump scare coming out here. Again, it's just so two dogs have run off here. They've got the fucking tentacles covered and boom. Again though, is McGreedy now, as everyone, is he now a thing? Obviously the whole, the draws and stuff like that. You know, see, like, you see his drawers all, like, ripped up and shit like that and hidden. That's everyone pissed off. That's fucking running around naked in the background. See, Keith David, I loved Keith David in Platoon. And then to see Keith David return in Men at Work along with Charlie Sheen, it's just sort of that inner thing. He's a fucking amazing actor. I don't like it when he gets killed in There They Live. I think it's a very abrupt death on the stairs. But it's life, innit? You never know. Now this is the Stan Winston creature, which is just a guy hidden in an arm and a puppet, really. Again, that would be all CGI now, and I think, you know what I mean? Like, that's just generally terrifying. It's really there. They're really reacting to it. And then a lot of reverse shots and stuff. But again, this scene coming up here with the dog. I mean, it's just reversed, but it's a fucking... I think the music score, it's just creepy as fuck. And then it just sort of spawns these big... At this point, when the dog getting shot, I mean, fucking hell. At this point, as a kid, I'm like, what the fuck? Because Brian was always into this fucking obscure stuff. So no more Jed the dog, who's a star of the movie. I think Jed the dog should be a pop vinyl. Fucking crazy ass fucking arms. It's fucking creeping up there, the little wiggly effect. Burn that motherfucker down. And then here, the eye. Another couple of eyes. And then, a lot of people call it the flower, but Rob Bottin in the documentary says it's dog tongues in a circular pattern with teeth. And so that's from the creator himself of what that is. But yeah, it does look like a crazy ass fucking flower. But again, it's... To be honest with you, I would let that burn a little bit more, that thing. What thing, that thing? He's got fucking sunglasses on. I mean, it's fucking night time. Again though, full coverage of all the cast, like people in the background, you know what I mean? And like, of course, like it's going down, everyone would have to be there. But is the threat over? I think that's why that thing gets killed so quickly. The fucking autopsy going on here. Now the guy in the background, Flukes. Obviously, like if you said to somebody the thing, and you go, oh yeah, yeah, and then you realise that him and TJ Carter get killed off camera. It's quite weird, but obviously I think his death was cut. I think he's meant to get killed with an axe. He just puts his head down. I always remembered Finn adverts at this point. I mean, it was heavily cut on television as well. So. Just pulling out this skin on top of it. I mean, your body's trying, your mind's trying to work out what you're being shown, and it's just like, because the creature can morph and shit like that, it's just sort of, it's outstanding craftsmanship, but again, the mind as well, to go, are you okay? And obviously what it is, and he sort of takes it on board that this creature can mimic and stuff like that. Again, look how many people in coverage in the background. Now who's who, do you know what I mean? Who's looking weird? I mean, Palmer's looking down there as well. I mean, the fucking elephant's the dog there as well. I mean, I still go for the... I mean, it's the hair. It can only really be Palmer and Charles Hallahan. I I mean, again, has anyone ever put the hand up and went, yeah, that was me? Yeah, I was sitting in the room, but again, sworn by oath, don't tell it was you. It's fucking brutal later on when the dog gets axed in the head as well. Oh. Obviously, he's starting to really suspect stuff. I mean, he's really like laying down the conspiracy theory, so I don't think he's the thing yet. Again, attention to detail with Mercer, making him look very pale, and he's very like quiet and stuff like that, and you know, creeping himself out, I think. Yeah. Fucking Brampton, his fucking forms is class. Again, starting the fucking paranoia. Which I think, again, people weren't prepared for. You've got E.T. running around going, when I found home. Like, you know what I mean? Sci-fi. Again, like Blade Runner, we had loads of films that year. So there we go. Now, a few people had said that some of these clips were from the original movie. I'm not 100% sure how true that is, but again, it leaves the guys to go back up there once more. Obviously, this shot here, I think that's a matte painting. Digging down and blowing it up. Yeah, the matte work in this is absolutely outstanding as well. Again, it will all be done with CGI. A big explosion. I always loved how it's almost like a negative shot. So he's going up. The doc goes with him, isn't it? Oh yeah, and he goes. So effectively as well, Charles Hallahan's the thing, and he knocks, is he? We don't know that yet, but he's gone for the ride, and a lot of people go into detail. Is it like he's gone there and he's just happy to see his spaceship again? You know what I mean? And where, like, is he gone there to find out where it is, so he knows how to get to his spaceship, kind of thing? Or what the creatures like MO is? Is it there to take over the world, or? I mean, at the end of the day, at the start of the movie, we see the spaceship, and we don't know it's been fucking 10,000 years. Like, how long it's been crashed in the ice for and stuff like that, so. Again, it just says research program. What are they researching? How fucking cold it is. Again, fade to white, really good. Now, this is obviously backlot and paintings. It says blue screen there, amazing painting. But they don't go into the sort of the music, they'll build in suspense. That's added as well, obviously. I actually think the ship hatch is real. I think everything else is added. So I'm trying to work out, so did they blow it all up? That's a big circumference of fucking. Because in the the fucking prequel, don't they fall down the fucking crack in the ice? $100,000 years it's been there. That's really cool though. And then there, that's just a white painting and all, like, you know what I mean? It's just a white carpet. And the fucking ice hatch and two together. The score though, man, it's just fucking class. Wasn't really sure that Carpenter was going to play it live. With him touring his own stuff, but he did, like. Voodoo bullshit. So again, see the creature again. It's there's loads of stuff going on. See if anyone had any problems with them lads, like going all the way up there and making that trick of a lifetime and stuff like that, and fucking getting bits of the helicopter and bringing it back to the homes. I can't say anything because that's what they've done. They just went and found a fucking spaceship and brought bits back. Sorry, I'm sitting on my chair. So there, Dirty Duds chucked it down. He picks it up. I mean, it's got his name on it. I mean, what are we supposed to think? I mean, is that the ultimate goal, to trick everyone that he's not the thing? Where did he get him in the hatch? The thing when he's talking about, like, when he was up there a couple of days ago, he left his, didn't leave his light on or something like that, and like, has it happened then because he doesn't remember? Does he actually know he's a thing? You know. So this was added, just to spell it out for the audience more. Excuse me. It's just gone 1:30 in the morning. I haven't been well the last couple of days. So I've had a bed day today, and I've actually watched a lot of this, so I thought better do this commentary now. I don't think I'll be doing one after it, like, but hey ho, see what happens. But yeah. Simulation. Even filming the screen, man, it's got that flicker. That's cutting edge when that was made, like. I love how it's fucking spelling it out. Again, it's just spelling it out for the audience, but there's so much stuff going on in the background. Putting simple stuff out there does he set the paranoia off just to, like, that's normally the normal tradition of the movie. You don't realise that, you know, there's always fucking red herrings already being chucked out the background, and again, Carpenter's done a fucking absolutely amazing job of it. I fucking hate the PlayStation controllers. So he's just typing on his screen. I'll actually just briefly touch my PlayStation controller and it's fucking skimmied dead fast. I forget what I was watching the other day. Was it Bangkok Dangerous from Nicolas Cage? I was like, fucking hell, why is it cranked up so much? And the PlayStation was playing the fast forward. Smirnoff Black vodka. See, now he's looking at his pants. So he's got wonder. I mean, is he the thing? Does he know he's the thing? Does it rip through your clothes? So this is playing on his mind. I mean, is he angry that someone's been wearing his clothes? So what have they got? The creature there, haven't they? So that's the creature. Oh yeah, come and get your stuff out because he needs a space. So there's Flukes So he's going to disappear soon. But obviously, guy in the background's not a thing yet, but again, it's kind of suspicion. So essentially, the creature from the prequel was not dead yet. You would never use that quilt again, would you? Burn that quilt with it. Oh, it's moved. Did that move? No. Let's go. There you go. Bloody jelly. So, Flux is gone. Oh yeah, because they go for a conversation in the fucking snowmobile. How does McGreedy get him? See, I'm watching this film like a hawk now. All the absorbs. Oh, so he's read his notes. Again, everyone's investigating each other, and it's like absorbing. Do. The realization that there is a skip dozer. So he comes back. Blood clothes ripped. Covered in blood. And he's about to be assembled to be the Thing. Quite a startling imagery though. Just the weird technicals and shit. That's assembling him. You would, but again, that's something there. The key's being dropped. Obviously, people are talking about the blood and all that, and obviously the fan theory is he drops the keys there. So now the keys are for the blood. Keep an eye on this guy. He's gone. Going out the window. So it's where the real situation goes in, like the fucking fact that it can imitate them. Quite quickly as well. Look for them to fall in front of his face. Raw. Obviously, this scene here really inspires the fucking front cover for the prequel. Halloween, that. I mean, that's totally like another film that really scared the shit out of us again under Arrow, Vision of the Body Snatchers, when Donald Sutherland just at the end of the movie goes, ah, just like, fuck me, talk about like burning into your mind forever. Boom. It's him on fire. I mean, I'm not being funny like, but like, does no one want to get away from that barrel? I love the blues. Look how frail he looks. See again, though, he's taking in the fact that we know he's not the Thing because he gets face raped later on, but like him there being shown sorrow, like you know when the people just died. Some dog, two-faced barbecue. fucking. There was someone saying that why would they want to have a flamethrower? And I was just like, well, why wouldn't you have a flamethrower? You're in the Arctic Circle. It's fucking snows. You want to go out and clear the path? Get the shovel. Get the fucking flamethrower. Again, what are they researching? So there's a body in there as well. I wouldn't have done that outside the camp. Like, I would have made the effort and just go a little bit more down the road. Burn the fuckers. Getting all the cast together. Again, look at Charles Hallahan there, just sort of like, okay, who is the thing? Fading up to night time. So the thing was quite short-lived by Arrow. I mean, you still see it as a standard edition, but the special edition, man, 50 quid, easy second-hand online, steelbook. I remember the steelbook being so sought after, like people were asking us for weeks for it. I was like, dude, it's like, it's gone pre-ordered, you know. And then when I went to HorrorCon, I met most of the people from Arrow that had a fucking stack of steelbooks. I was like, fucking hell. I don't think the Arrow steelbook as well has nice print on it. It literally lives up on the shelf, and that's where it lives. But yeah, it was weird because obviously, good old Zavi brought the a steelbook out after the Arrow one because the Arrow fucking steelbook was so popular, and I think what was shit, a lot of people like got the. Oh, there's Blake running out his helicopter. What a lot of people got was a stripped down edition of it, you know. They got the edition that had been out for ages on Blu-ray, and I think that was a bit of cheap fights out to do that. It's fucking had your helicopter, mate. It's doomed. It's fucked. Don't go in there. So again, is Blake now the thing? Is he starting to build his spaceship? Obviously not yet, but like he's out there sabotaging, and obviously I'm gonna go back in. He's axing everyone. Oh, I love it at the guns as well when he's like flicking the wrist. Get in there. Again, fucking from Universal to fucking Antarctica in one scene. Fucking like throwing bullets at them. So it's see, Flukes is still in the background. Windows has had a bit of a beating. Again, though, we're talking about research. Like, what's all these computers doing? Because it didn't seem to actually be like totally scientific. I mean, in a way, like the kind of like these are not people coming out of like going for the PhDs in Antarctica. Rather, these are ex-military, as McCready's meant to be in Vietnam, and obviously Palmer is meant to be just out of rehab and stuff like that. Again, you think he's crazy, but he's not. He's just ahead of the pack on this one. Let's get the table. It's the added sound effects when he gets fucking punched. Look, that comes up. I'll kill you. Fucking, he just throws the gun. Full on rage. It's the added sound effects of the good punching. Kurt Russell comes flying there. Take out that bin. That's a bit dramatic by Windows in the corner. Like, help me. So obviously Mace has ran back off. Fucking axe the dog's head, I mean. Fucking lethal. How many axes has he fucking got? So he gets put up in the shack. Is it McGree's shack? Or just the shed? There you go, self-isolation, you. So Fuchs is still alive there. He's got his hand sanitizer. It's a bottle of. Again, when I did the commentary for the relic the other night, this is the kind of same kind of thing. He's literally been left there, and he can't do anything but just wait for his own demise, like the guy in the wheelchair in the relic. Black Smirnoff. I mean, does McGreedy make him a thing here? No, not. He's out. Again, they've left it. Again, it's going back to Total Recall. Well, was he lobotomized, or was it a fucking work, or you know what I mean? It's you've been left to walk away and wonder. I mean, if they were to do a sequel to it, I mean, we just put it in a different environment, the same kind of thing. But you look at this now, and it's only 40 years old. It looks class. It doesn't need any kind of modern technology in it, because it's not about the technology. It's about isolation. The action's superb, and the special effects hold up because they're really there. So, Flukes has just disappeared. That right? No, he's not. He's right there. I'll shut up. Dum, 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 dum. Again, they're trying to. He's been a couple of times to approach him to try and team up. Oh, who got the blood? But again, going back to the whole dropping of the keys. This success, he's definitely not dead. Again, it's a mystery though, because them two are victims of the thing. Quite a hard coverage that, isn't it? Again, they've got everyone there, and they've got like a dead wall, and runs off with a gun, doesn't he? There you go, everyone's fucking having it. Totally Richard Dreyfuss. Oh, he's off. Getting like fucking. Ooh, look at that yellowed glass and all that. kind of, you know, again, you're looking at everyone in the background and like they've all been given certain directions, like different movements. I mean, where's Hallahan? He's not there. I mean, who really took the blood? I mean, where's Palmer? So, give me another shot back of that. Come on. So Palmer and Hallahan are missing here, aren't they? So this is where Palmer could be taken over. Well, yeah, they're both missing. So that's that. That's when Palmer becomes the creature. Palmer's obviously been missing as well, so he could have got to the blood. Again, there he's saying he's stressed, giving up there. There's Palmer in the background and Hallahan. Where the fuck did they come from? Hidden in down the corridor, so I'll shut up about that theory. You want to think I've seen this fucking movie about 4 times the last couple of days. Everyone's went for Mark. So again, just looking at the glass there, I thought I had glass back. The fact that everyone's putting Mac in the situation he really doesn't want to be in, the leader. But it's going to get burnt now. I mean, a little bit of fire. Who's who? I mean, that would be a total shit at the start. Everyone just exploded in the fucking carnage. And the coats on and stuff. Kurt Russell, man, is fucking nailing it. See, to be honest, I don't think of Kurt Russell as Jack Burton in this. I think that's just shows you how good Kurt Russell is as an actor. You're watching this and he's just McGreevy. You don't think, oh yeah, it's fucking Kurt Russell anyway. It's just great casting. Again, there though, the divide of like who's who and everyone creeping out. I mean, what do you do in that situation? Get everyone in a room and go, right? Keeping an eye. Oh, dictaphone. Original podcasting. That's essentially what I'm doing. Well, I wish I was drinking. Like, I mean, for all intents and purposes, I've got some cracking rum next to us. So, notes clicking through there. Just me, or do I remember like on the game finding people's dictaphones and getting messages and stuff? Rings a bell. Obviously, going back to talking about the front covers as well. Obviously, they reissued the fucking DVD with the game cover, which obviously sent a lot of confusion into like what the game was, and the game's essentially a sequel. There we go. It's a good shot here. Empty background. Lovely blue colour. Like, what? Fill that space. You think you're just expecting something, you know? Especially with like the watching angle. But nothing there. It's flukes. Richard Dreyfuss. See, it just disappears, doesn't he, after the scene? But McGreedy leaves him alone. And the light fades to black. I love that colour. I mean, fucking looks lovely, that. Like, who's that? Who went past him? What's that with the flare? Oh, look at the colours on it, man. It's fucking gorgeous. Just the blue and the contrast of like with the pinky at the moment. So there's McGreedy being caught there. But there he is. Obviously they lost him now, so obviously he's been out there. It's meant to be McGreedy. Yeah, again, conspiracy. I'm sure the guys on the commentary on the Arrow thing were on about him, how he gets killed with an axe, but they didn't want to show the Thing killing anyone with an actual object. They've even got a fucking jukebox by the looks of it. To the shack. A bleep shot here in it when you see, and it's just a noose in the shot, but it's not really acknowledged. Pick him through the hole. So is he now a Thing? Someone got to him, McGreedy been out there, and it's meant to be set over 6 days. That's what one of the facts I got from the documentaries I watched. So I've been in isolation, I'm fine. Here comes a creature right here. I think he's now the creature now. Don't think he was when he went, but now he is. Oh. Oh yeah, I remember that now. Is it McGreedy? So yeah, me talking about the axe is someone I picked up from the commentary then when I was listening. I was like, oh yeah, what happened to that guy? He got burned. Again, I know there's going to be more die-hard fans out there of this and be correcting us and saying wrong that and wrong this. And I'm look, just trying to show my love and It's a lot of pressure when you got a podcast. There's no stopping. You just got to rant, curse, cuss, or mumble. There you go. Does he remember he's gone up with Shaq and then been up with Shaq for a while. $45 up to a hut. Again, it's TJ Carter's just never seen later on. Good old fashioned Neil. Fucking 2x4. Fucking good old Neil. He's just put the sweat on them little certain things. When Kurt Russell comes in here though, looking all pretty white and all that, it's fucking craziness. He just looks like he's fucking... something's not right with him. Right. I'm just going to... I cut him loose after I found this. The McGreedy top. Creeping at the door. The handle! Creeping around. Fuck me, it's getting hot tonight. Normally I really feel the coldness when I'm watching this film, not tonight. Oh, he's in. Remember that glass isn't... no double glazing. I whipped him in the face with the coat there. Have that coat. Oh, another axe. Just look at that, man. It just looks fucking eerie as fuck. Amazing shot, like that'll be the chase. McGreedy frozen. Oi! Oh. Oh, yep, he gets full up, has a heart attack. Just relax and just try to hop on him. I mean, subtle heart attack. So I only recognise him really from Dante's Peak. He goes flying off the fucking bridge. Again, still selling it in the next scene. That hand bit, trying to get the warmth back in his body. It's just really fucking classic. Oh, and here it comes. We've had some recovery time, now we're about to get an absolute shocking goal. It's all about the hands. See, Richard Mercer's trying to get some form of life. Even there in the foreground you can see him clutching the knife again. It's his fucking class. And here we go. Gotta get some fucking shot and glow here. Fucking just absolutely outstanding. And that's him dead. Obviously the first night, notoriously known for going tits up. I love it how it's got two heads. So you've got the head on that thing, which that's normally what you see on a VHS cover. Then you got this head detaching, which is all chemicals and shit. And it's got all the bubble gum popping in the neck and that. Just absolutely amazing, like. Just real physics. I just don't think computers grasp them enough, you know what I mean? And it fucking... And it's got to be a reverse shot, like, but then it's just dragged along the floor with a little sliding plate. Obviously borrowed again recently in It Chapter 2. So again, look at that, man. I mean, just what the fuck. Just again reversing technology. Just sound effects, lighting, and then it just creeping off here and just the line of the film. Well, I don't know, fuck you too, or you gotta be fucking kidding me. I mean, again, just this bit here, it's just Palmer's reaction. But again, it's wiggling away, but it's like turned around just to look at them. And there you go. Blasted. Fucking creepy ass fucking sound as well, that mind. Again, I really want to know what they're researching like. They've got all this rope and wood and... Mercer's big scene. Again, just so out of character, you know that he's planning something, but again, we know. Keith David's just like, nah. And then he says to get rushed. Again, that whole... Again, going back there, bang, right in the head. Now I'm surprised it's so little blood on that. And it's just a popgun shot to the head. I mean, the doctor's just died of blood loss, I guess. I mean, he's the only doctor. But again, I don't really think of Halloween. I think Halloween's very, even though it's the same director of photography and the same director, I think this film's just the scale. Just again, just the isolation and the characters, I think. There's just something great about this. Now there's an expression change with Palmer. So you've got that one. But the shot later come back when he's just looking down. It's just like, I'm fucking sick of this. God, looks like he's bricking himself. Great blood test. You just even feel that. I just wipes on his leg. Well, do mention this is before like the awareness really of AIDS came around. There's simple stuff like that, you know what I mean? It's all hidden off on camera behind it, but you know the gag. But the execution of it's just class. Whoa, heating it up. Even that look there, that again, that's another subtle thing. Like, is he getting ready to fucking get him? I mean, that's his class. Just the tension building, it's fucking amazing here. Just that sinister look you don't normally see from him. Because he has been quite wimpy and stuff, but then that sound effect and then the relief is not the thing. Child's just ready to fuck everyone up, like. Psst. Richard Mercer's just. He said he had to lay there for 2 days or something. Ooh. Tension building. Now there's the fake hand. So again, it's sort of luring us into the like we've seen that shot. So like again, going back for maybe it's the second jump scare of the movie with the creepy noises. I mean, everyone's going to shit themselves. But there, I think it's there, Palmer there. It's just that downward look. He's about to be discovered. Like just that one shot there of him, just like right, it's going to happen. So I'm discovered. But you don't really pick up on that until. Just there, go the blood. This is fucking creepy head. Fucking eyes popping out the head. What the fuck's going on with it, man? You just don't look. Fucking hell flies to the fucking roof. And then head. Fucking splits open on his neck. One of the only I mean, we're going to talk about the body. I mean, that's probably, if you were going to note this on one thing, you can probably go, well, that was a little bit flimsy of just a body. I mean, it'll quite comical, but yeah, I probably wouldn't have held on it that long. But he's still alive. Finally fixed the flamethrower. Flame man walking through. You want to talk about like Frankenstein kind of movies and all like that? That there was a total throwback. Like just walk through the wall. I mean, at the end of the day, you want to be warm. I mean, that wall was just like flimsy little bit of wood he's just walked through. Poor windows as well. Is he alright? Is he not? I mean, he was just... Was he a thing? Was his blood had got him? Obviously. Can't really risk it. I love it how it's just like, right, time's past us. It's subtle cut in the music. One simple look. And then just keeps cutting. I mean, at least they know it works. I mean, see, I probably wouldn't have had that, but I would probably just cut it out, all three of them looking after that look. Because I think his reveal here, like, tied to this fucking chair thing's really good. Chair. The F-bombs are great in this. Again, going back to Richard Mercer and the doctors lying on the table for all them shots and that. That's a wrap, you're done. It's like the scene where episode of Red Dwarf. And the creature can change into anything. It's really funny. Raw. Oh, his door's open. The noose is still there though. Again though, he's in a workshop. There's a nice little vice there. There's a half cut bit of metal going down there, so he's had the tools. And then they discover the boards. I mean, he's tunnelled as well, but you think, how the fuck did he do that? And you think, oh, hang on. You mean he can change into anything? I mean, just creates a massive fucking shovel hand. But he's not down there though, is he? Again though, it's... Again, he's made this little cave, but all the stuff's down here, like... No, it's just a film. Again, the table. Right, look at the table. Even the toolbox. Fair enough, he's been making the spaceship in there, but like... I'm just, again, the whole idea of getting it down through that hole and stuff. That's an elephant in the room job for me there. I mean, that was a tiny shed as well, I mean... Boom, boom. Again, just a point of view. So the basement door, just established that there's another floor there, very subtle again. And Charlton's missing, isn't he? Oh, what was that? Creepy ass shit. Again, look at that fucking neon blue, man. It's lush. So there's Charles. I mean, again, has Charles been got by Blair there? You know, Blair's nowhere to be seen, so I like it how he took his mask down. Charles runs off into the night, and then the power goes out. There's a lot of, you know, direction, misdirection. Again, the cosmic blue. Like, at the moment, in the end room, I've literally just got the room lit by the television screen and the neon blue light. Now the light can change multiple colours like a rainbow, but I always opt for the neon blue because the light reflects off the Thing poster and just... But again, now we don't think McGreedy's the Thing. He's had the test. So there's the heron as well. But again, he had access to the blood. But again, here as well, the realization that they're all going to the death. McGreedy knows it. A little teacher Carter's probably wouldn't accept it, but big explosion that. And they go around torching the whole place, don't they? The fucking bulldozer down. I love it how all three of them were in the bulldozer. That's us all riding it. I want to ride in there. Then we're just riding in the building. I mean, essentially, that's their only way out. They could have used a fucking caterpillar to at least get somewhere. Fuck me, what an explosion that was. Oh, I'm sweating. Fucking epic explosion. The whole place is going up. Good explosions though, because now you see an explosion and it's done with CGI, just your mind's just like, no. No. Generator room. So we've never seen this before. And this is again a lovely good set design. Smoke in the background, but I think what adds most to it is the dripping water. Again, it's like the last level of a video game. Going into it as well, we've gotten like, you feel like you kind of like, right, shit, fuck now. You've spent loads of time and you think you've seen literally every area of this. You've seen them in the bedrooms changing tapes, you've seen where they socialise, you've seen the radio room, you've seen the fucking medical room, the storage room, Mac's shed, and then all of a sudden there's like this extra floor and it's just like, right, shit, it's uncertainty. But I mean, it goes quite quickly. It's gone. That's the generator, it's gone. Again, maybe they could have followed Blair's tunnel back to here. I mean, they could have went that way. Would make sense how Blair has took the generator and stuff, but again, it's just a movie. But looking back, it's at that bomb. TJ Carter basically dead off camera. He dies here, just walks off into the night. But see, he could still be alive. Everyone knows it's always. We're going to get a discussion in a minute about like Childs and McGready, but like, you don't see him die. Again, looking at this, so you look at all the desks, the broken desks and all that, and you think, wow, it's just like, how long's this outpost been here for? There we go, quick jump scare. And then the fucking face rape. Again, the fact that I think Blair's doesn't have his glasses on, he's just deadpanning it and just... And then they're just, I think the flashlight in the face is another thing that adds. And then that weird fucking straight up murder. You see, he just walks off. And he's got some ambition, but he's never seen again after this bit. And he's all alone. Realization. The boomstick. Again, you just don't know, do you? Fucking silence. Lighting's really cool. Again, there's just something about that room, and he just disappeared. It's a little dynamite. What I'm going to do? What's my plan here? And boom! It's a graboid. Fucking bit of a stunt there. But again, he's at that stick of dynamite sitting there on the floor. We get a bit of a... This is stop animation a bit. Let me get that. Just that noise, the hissing. Sort of a weird big teeth monster. And the dog creeps back, doesn't it? Hi again, I'm still here. Yeah, well, fuck you too. Deep Rise, and I had to dig that out and do a podcast for that because Rob Bottin had some consultant work on the creature. And boom, no hanging around. Like, there's no fucking chase or anything. It's a very, like, again, a very original idea. That's very unorthodox and untraditional. You know, there's no final confrontation. You don't, like, he didn't know it's Blair. You know, and he didn't know what happened to TJ Carter. Like, fuck you too. So, we get to the Annihilable. You know, here he is. He's ready just to drink himself and have a nap. I mean, he's went from shelter not to be near the fire. Now, if you play the video game, which again I hope it gets remastered, you find this site, you have a little bit in there, you find Childs' body, but there's no McGready, and at the end of the game when you get rescued by McGready, who's the helicopter pilot. So again, take from that what you will. is he the Thing? Well, he survived the cold. Again, going back to this shot as well, you look at the background and all that empty space, and then Charles comes in and you think, oh, this movie's not over yet. Charles got that look on him. So in the film, I just think they, obliquely just freeze to death. But again, if you follow the game mythology and you accept the game and you accept the prequel into the mythology of this movie, I know a lot of people don't. McGreedy's the Thing. He's the fucking pilot. I mean, Charles is clearly still dead there in the video game. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom. I can remember the game though. It's kind of like trusting and stuff, and like coming off the back ends of the popular Resident Evil and stuff, and lots of different creatures, and then it turns into a fucking shooter. Again, they're on about the breaths and stuff. How McGreedy just looks like he's had a cigarette every take, and Charles doesn't. Charles. He doesn't. Everyone say, "Oh my God, he's on a breath," but he does when he first walks in. So. It's going to wait here for a while, so we don't know. Now, again, going back to the prequel, you could say, in a sense, that the girl from the Norwegian camp turns up here. If you want to create a fantasy little ending, because she obviously leaves in the little combine bulldozer, and obviously her next stop would be this stop. I want to go to the American camp because I think she's American. Well, I want to go to the American camp, and she just turns up right now, but obviously it's been days later, but yeah, bum bum. And then you just don't know. I mean, you could just have one of them run past there. It just ends. Massive gap between John Carpenter's and The Thing. That would do my OCD and but yeah, fantasy ending. The last one, the prequel, turns up. Now, talking Willie Mae, brilliantly. Talking about the prequel. I mean, we'll get to there eventually. Obviously, the CGI take over, and the fact that the dog doesn't look exactly anything like the dog in this one. But yeah, Keith David, his chance. So, I've been Stephen Monkey Mason. This has been the podcast for The Thing. Again, I'm a massive fan of it, and hopefully I haven't really pissed enough people off. Putting some love out, sharing there. Check out Outpost 31, some amazing stuff on there, especially on Facebook. It's a great community to join. As I said, I want to try and revisit some of my Thing collection now, and just I'm planning on doing different bits and bobs. So if you check out the channel, there's a lot of older content about The Thing. Again, when I get my glass print of Juice Jews and so on there, but every time they bring out a new edition. Again, going forward, I would love for the game to get remastered so it can be played again. Larry Franco, Passenger with a Rifle. But yeah.